Hello again, and welcome back to another one. And today we have a couple of topics to cover that includes Eminem's streaming numbers for the 2020s decade that's caught some fans off guard based on what he's achieved in less than 2 years on the platform since the 2020s just began. And shortly after I talked about fans' reaction to Royce's bars aimed at Kevin Samuels, Royce has since clarified his stance on the YouTuber/image consultant. And based on my comments on here, the first time I covered the story, I was right on the money on this one. And before we dive into the details, if content like this is up your street, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and find me on social media at ETLifestyle_web. So we'll start with Royce's revised take on Kevin Samuels. And here's a flashback to what I said about it in the first video I did on this story. But some believe his approach is too harsh, and it looks like Royce believes the same. And check this out, Royce went on a rant on Twitter a few hours ago and dropped a couple of tweets, and in the mix, he stated this about Kevin Samuels. My bad, I forgot. I was wrong about Kevin Samuels. He gives solid advice that is helpful, though I don't always dig his approach. Trade the Truth and My Son are gemstones. Wallow and Gilly and Mano are the success stories I never knew I needed to see, and Parks is rich as F. For the first part that's relevant to this video, it's nearly word for word on what I pointed out in that video, that some believe his approach is too harsh, and looks like Royce believes the same, and now that he's cleared it up, you see that my assumptions were right on the money. And based on the reaction so far, many agree with Royce now that he's changed his stance on the man the user expands. Second, this about Kevin Samuels, give that man a chance. I completely misjudged him. Another user states, agreed. Kevin Samuels appears like he takes great pride in proving women wrong, is a blunt and abrasive, yes, but he does give some good insight on certain topics. But for some, he's not too harsh, it's just MF's just too sensitive. And this change in stance is still not enough for some people as expected. The user states, in quotes, I don't dig KS approach. An alcoholic rapper that sag his pants, has face tattoos and cheats on his wife. Now that's harsh. To which a user responds, go drink some propane. Royce had a lot more to say when he went on that rant, including this for instance. Don't call my phone if you want to slander Puff or Baby. I already hear you from over here. I disagree also with everything. I'm too busy looking at the pathway to economic wellness they created over the last 20 years. They created black millionaires and gainful employment. So y'all that poke fun at Diddy, you know where Royce stands on that. And of course some brought up Mace and even Birdman screwing over artists like this for instance. Baby screwed his artists out of money over and over and frequently doesn't pay people. Does creating artists mean you get to steal their money and that nobody is allowed to criticize you for it? Well, that's one way of looking at it. Valid points too, don't you think? And moving on to the next part of the video, a report recently revealed Eminem's total streams for the 2020s decade so far. It goes, Eminem has earned over 7 billion streams this decade, 2020 to 2021 on Spotify, and here's the breakdown per album. Music to be Murdered by 2 billion, Kamikaze 524 million, Revival 248 million, MMLP2 435 million, Recovery 624 million, Relapse/Refill 285 million, Encore 311 million, The Eminem Show 889 million, MMLP 573 million, Slim Shady LP 246 million, Curtain Call 501 million, and Orphan 481 million. The report breaks down what Orphan means. Eminem's songs like Phenomenal, Gods Over Fear, 8 Mile, Rabbit Run, songs not included in studio albums. And some fans are shocked by these numbers, which is expected given the narrative on the internet about Eminem. A user reacts, okay, this is surreal, the F? And another user asks, so you're telling me from January 1st, 2020 to June 2nd, 2021, Eminem has gained over 7 billion streams? Which got this response as lead artist, which makes it even more impressive. And the initial user response, that is freaking insane. I listen to M on the daily, but I never thought his numbers were this high. And Eminem has in quotes fallen off, right? Upon seeing Revival, the user expands, Revival still doing 250 million, loudly crying face emoji. He always wins no matter what. It is no wonder Eminem flexed on premonition. I sell like 4 mil when I put out a bad album. Eminem's in quotes flop usually spells the career totals for many popular rappers, and on this revelation another expands. It hasn't even been 2 full years. This is insane. Everyone's bringing it up, but supposedly Eminem has in quotes fallen off. Absolutely no way. Fans often downplay Eminem's success with comments like it doesn't matter, but the truth is, these stats come in handy to keep hip-hop media from running articles about how Eminem has fallen off. We all remember the Crap Show when they referred to Side B as a new album just to make false claims that Eminem lost his #1 streak, so they want him to fall so bad. And if you were with us last year, you remember that epic Twitter meltdown when Eminem's year-end Spotify stats was revealed. And this year, he's outpacing the 2020 numbers, so I've been doing the Birdman hand rub, patiently waiting for another coverage of Christ on Twitter when the 2021 year-end numbers come in. That will be all for today. Comment below and see you on the next one.